Hello everyone, hope you're well. This is attempt number 5 at doing this vlog, and I am struggling. It is a weird one. I basically want to communicate how I've been feeling about just feeling like a bit of an imposter for lots of different reasons, and how I'm feeling a bit better about that at the moment. But I kind of want to explain the situation in all sorts of ways because it's not just about obvious things. I think I know where I'm going wrong because I'm trying to start at the more recent, bigger stuff when actually it goes back further than that because I obviously have been creating things online for a long time. I was talking to someone the other day and realized I've been podcasting since 2010, I think it was roughly that we started Best Thing from. And that's an obscene amount of time to have spent talking to a microphone. I mean, Kev Pabanano will tell you that I still haven't mastered it. I mean, my audio is always a bit wiggly in the podcast. I've started trying to fix it, but I need to learn that. But it's funny thinking I've been doing that for over a decade, and I still feel like, I mean, we are small. We're pretty small. It's weird because we're the biggest independent UK video game podcast there is. There's literally no one bigger than us who's an indie. We're in the top, I don't know, we were like 13th in the charts for all-time video game podcasts, but everyone above us was like major companies. But anyway, this isn't a brag. The point was more, you know what I mean? Like, you would expect, if you put that on paper, top 13 UK video game podcasts, you'd think, okay, that guy's probably, walks into game and everyone's like, Sheepdog, hey, sign my game. It's like, no, absolute nobody, absolute nothing from it. And yeah, fine, whatever. So I feel like a bit of a weird one from that. So I've been doing, obviously, I've written books in the past, nothing, not really done anything with that. I feel like I'm really into writing. It's something I'm really passionate about. I like it a lot, and I keep trying to do it and push myself to do it more. And I think about it every now and again, and I've tweeted about this in the past. Sometimes I suddenly think, you've released like, what was it, 7 books? And I'm like, how am I not like ringing up Neil Gaiman and having a chat with him about what author life is like? You're right, Neil, it's me, your author buddy Sheepdog. We write, we're writers. It's something that, again, I need to just crack on with and keep doing, and I don't feel like I've done it, even though I have done it, and I'm been doing it, and I released those books like, was it 2014? I can't even think. It was something like that. From there in a period, it was a bit of a bang. Then I've carried on writing since. I've just not had the stones to kind of put any of it out there, which I need to do. And then I've been doing this, and I feel like I'm in a weird position with this because it was funny the other day, right? Because I didn't know I was doing this already. Somebody I'm friends with. I don't know if I've mentioned them on the vlogs before, but I joined when I did the panel at Comic Con. I was with Kev, Rach, and Shnum, and Shnum started a Discord that I had a Discord, and she invited us all to it. And I was chatting to her in there about how she said she didn't know what to do her comics about, so she just started doing autobiographical ones. And I realised that's basically what I've been doing with vlogging. I've wanted to vlog for years, never known what to talk about, so I've just been talking about myself, which was basically what Kev said. Talk about yourself, and then you'll figure it out as you go. And I've kind of just been doing that for what must be 4 years, if not longer now. It's like over 600 vlogs that I've done. And I still haven't got a theme really, other than the fact that we were talking about autism. And that was the theme of it, that kind of bubbled along. And I've still always had it in my head that I need to figure out a theme. I need to figure out an idea. I need to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm getting really frustrated with myself that I haven't figured it out. But then I've realized that it already kind of took care of itself ages ago. It happened. We are talking about that. That's what I talk about. I talk about how I feel or what's going on, and, things we've learned about autism. And I was still feeling like that was still a bit of an imposter thing because I've obviously, until recently, not had any kind of formal word from an expert that said, you are autistic. And I don't get me wrong, I still identified as though I was and felt I was, and I feel like people who self-diagnose are completely valid with that. That goes without saying. I feel, if you put the effort into learning about it and you feel you fit the criteria, but you can't get a diagnosis, that's not your fault. That's not your problem. You are, and it's one of those things where I didn't feel like an imposter because I hadn't been diagnosed, but I felt like an imposter because I was just kind of self-learning and going, yep, cool, I'm into this, I know about this. And what I've kind of realized recently is that I know quite a bit about it, and I know quite a bit about the situation and like that Ollie was in at school. I know quite a bit about how it all works now. I've gained a lot of knowledge from you guys. I've gained a lot of knowledge from other people. And yeah, I feel quite good that I've always felt like a bit of an imposter who's trying to figure it out. And suddenly a couple of people have reached out recently on the comments in old videos. I've come across this. My daughter needs a diagnosis. My son needs a diagnosis. Whatever it is, and talking to people, I'm like, okay, I actually can just rattle this out. I'm sat there now thinking I need to make some kind of formal guide, that can tell people what they need to do and what they need to look out for and that kind of thing, and it's like actually suddenly starting to feel less like someone who's just lost and more someone who's actually knows kind of what they're talking about a bit and can help. And that was reinforced because in the group I'm in, that I mentioned, we're doing this creative festival for the Autistic Creative Festival for April. And I don't mean this to be any kind of announcement-y thing. I don't want to steal any thunder by mentioning it out in public or anything like that. But I'll put myself forward to take part in some bits. I'm doing a comic with Shnum. I'm doing a game jam with a group of people who are making a game about autism. I'm doing a short sort of, it's like a 44-word story. I'll put myself forward. That bit I don't 100% know if you can just put yourself forward and do it. I've volunteered, I showed interest, and I'm waiting to hear back. But I'm also suggesting other things we can do, hoping that'll be a thing. But I'm excited because I feel like I'm taking part in this group thing. But I also, at the same time, I've still got this kind of echo in my head of just, you keep doing all these mad things, like these random things that are quite cool, but they never stick in the ground. And I always feel a bit awkward because I've got this weird habit of going back to the book thing and the podcast thing, the stats, the little notes that say, it feels like wangy saying it, but top 13 video game podcast of all time on iTunes for the UK. That feels massive. That feels like a CV line I could write on a CV and be like, give me a job. And someone would go, that's pretty cool. I could put on there books. One of my books outsold the Bible once. It was above them in the chart for a day, for like an afternoon, for an hour. Sold more than the Bible on a specific hour on Amazon. We got Amazon bestsellers. One of our books was a best-selling Amazon travel book, even though it was supposed to be in a comedy section. It got miscalculated and listed. And we ended up being the number one best-selling travel book for a couple of days because we had to get onto Amazon and say, we're not a travel book, please move us. But the point is, weird accolades like that. And then I think to myself, like over summer last year with streaming, I'm loving streaming. I'm not going to stop doing streaming or anything like that. And I'm very happy with it. But last year, for example, I spent the summer streaming with Kev, who obviously, Kev is a bit of a weird one for me because he's obviously my friend and he's got really big. And it's like, I sat there streaming with somebody who's got, 200,000+ followers, nearly probably 300,000 followers. Plus, like he could, the people that are subscribed to him on Twitch could fill a reasonable sized football stadium. And he and I were just playing Minecraft on Twitch with other friends along the way. And it's just weird thinking that most people don't do that. Most people don't sign up to Twitch, start twitching, and then suddenly go and collab with someone that big. And I know I'm getting in, this is backdoor stuff. It's like associations, but it's one of those weird things where I'm like, I don't know how to do the other stuff. I feel like I'm an imposter because I've had that success of going alongside someone big and having lots of people watch it, and I've got followers, and people know me from the podcast, and I've been doing stuff and been plugging away, but it all feels a little bit weird, and I don't really know how to direct it in any kind of way that can continue to grow that without. I don't want to constantly be like, Kev, come and do a collab, or I need to find other people to work with. Really, that is something that I do need to do, and I've been floating out ideas and points and talking to people, and just trying to create something there. But it's hard because I don't know who I vibe with until I've done these things. And I don't want to. What petrifies me is someone going, yeah, I'll work with you, and then there's really not gelling right, and it being really weird and awkward. So I don't know. I need to do more of that, and I also need to do more of that with. So the YouTube thing again, I kind of got a bit of a boost from the fact that I'm associated with Kev, and when he mentioned that we were having the situation with Ollie and his autism diagnosis, it sent a lot of traffic our way, that kind of thing. So a lot of my stuff has been kind of boosted by that, but then I've not learned the hard stuff along the way, and I don't know what I don't know, and it's really kind of bugging the back of my mind that maybe if I figured out what I don't know, it would do better. I tried to do that with the YouTube videos, the Nuzlocke videos that I did, but it was such a train wreck. I feel like I broke myself because I did it so wrong. It took up so much time for in such a silly way. I need to reassess and start that again, really. And it's like trial and error, but I just haven't sat and done it because there's so much other stuff going on that I'm doing and all of that. I kind of need slapping really hard and told to sit down and focus. I don't know, but it feels weird because even now, even with this creative festival thing I'm talking about, like the people involved in that are all, well, not all, but mostly, many of them are very, very big in terms of number followers, that kind of thing. And very, very talented artists, like very, very talented. Like there's people, and I'm looking at their work and I'm thinking, holy cow, like you are amazing. Like, I mean, to be fair, I followed one on Twitter the other day who they do these pictures, and I've seen them around, and I thought that, I went to follow them thinking that, God, I wonder how big they are, and they had very few followers on Twitter. I guess that's not their platform, but it's confusing. I tell you, it is confusing because I'm there going like, I've seen their work everywhere, and it just messes with my head because it does depend on what people prioritize and how they work, and sometimes it's just that people are really good and they've not been discovered or something like that. So that person may have just been only going for a couple of months, and I've just happened to have seen them early and not realized they were new. But I don't know. It just feels exciting. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm intimidated because they're all better than me. I'm saying I keep finding myself in these situations. I mean, I'm the same at work, right? I got my job because I sent a tweet saying I lost my teaching. I left my teaching job. I didn't lose my teaching job. I quit my teaching job because it was a nightmare and I didn't like it, and I was in a lot of a bad way because it was just terrible. And I tweeted out, look, if anyone's got anything I can do in the meantime, let me know. And my good friend Angry John said, come help me out on my new business. And I went there, and it was like, oh yeah, this guy's the Europe's #1 engineer in this field. He's literally the top person. You can't get any better than him. And Angry John is as clever as him, but hasn't got the accolades. And there's another guy who, his son's this genius, and his wife's this fantastic businesswoman, and this other guy, he's excellent at what he does. And it was like, these people are like absolute top drawer people that have worked for other companies, and now they're coming together to form a company. Come and sit with us. And I'm like, yeah, all right. And I come bumbling in, basically dressed in a t-shirt and jeans, going, oh yeah, John told me to turn up. And I could hear them one day talking that we need to, like, a salesman on the phone to start ringing companies. And I was like, well, I could do that. Like, I've rang on a phone before, and I was basically given the job of just being the person who rang businesses and said, like, oh, do you want to, your security's due for renewal, or I understand you were looking at this security before. Have you bought any? Blah blah blah. Can you work with us? And it got to the point where, like, the company ended up being literally like the fastest company to become the people we resell, they have this star thing. So we were the fastest one to become a 3-star, the fastest 4-star, the fastest 5-star, the only back-to-back European Partner of the Year award winners. The guy got this Best in Europe award thing for being the ultimate best engineer. And the company has just gone from bigger, we won the Rising Star Award, the Managed Service Provider of the Year. It just went up and up and up and up and up. And I'm there thinking, everyone else who's got a job here came for an interview and was told, like, you're not good enough, or you are good enough, come in, we welcome you. I turned up basically via the back door and went, oh yeah, John sent me. I mean, they were like ringing him going, who's this bloke that's just turned up? He's just turned up and told us that you sent him. He's like, he's an idiot. And it's one of those things where it's been 7-8 years, and I'm like, I literally didn't earn a place here. I literally turned up and never left. And that seems to be me all over. It seems to be just a friend goes, come over here, and then I just rattle around, and it's confusing because I feel like I haven't earned any of it, and I don't really know, like, I'm not looking for another job at all, right? Don't get me wrong. Lots of my colleagues have kind of left over the years, and I look at that and think, I wouldn't even know how to go and interview if I wanted to, and I don't want to, but if I did, I don't know how to, because I'm like, I didn't need to do it for this. I just turned up, I wouldn't know how to start this creative festival and start producing comics, books, and game jams and stuff, except for the fact that someone went, come and have a look at this. So I wouldn't have started doing the vlogs about autism and in general. I mean, I only started doing the vlogs because I started doing a blog, and Kev said if I don't start filming my blogs, he'll throw a brick through my window. So I just got my iPad out and spoke at that instead. It's weird, and I feel like I've just kind of, I've gone, okay, and I've slowly tangled myself up in this weird thing, and now I'm like, this is a mess, and there's lots of peaks, and I need to capitalize on it a little bit. I don't really know how to. And capitalize is probably not even the right word, but it's like, I don't know. Why aren't I why aren't I making it focused? It's like, it's weird. It's like I'm just spraying paint out everywhere, and I could focus it at a canvas and make a picture, you know. But I'm just spraying it up the walls and going, whoa, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like a bull in a china shop, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. But it was interesting because I didn't know I was going to do this vlog this morning, and then I was just thinking about it, and suddenly it straightened out a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't really know what the answer is moving forward fully, but I do feel quite happy that, as I say, someone was asking me questions yesterday, and I was answering them, and I had to stop writing. I actually put, I know lots more about this if you want the information, because the last time someone asked me, I sent them an essay, and they went, oh, thank you. And I thought, you're probably not going to read that. I've probably just overwhelmed you. But then I was like, right, okay, I actually do have knowledge and information, and I do know how to do things. It's just channeling that, isn't it? It's just, and I keep feeling awkward that these amazing people keep giving me these sort of nudges and legs up and nods, and then I'm like, but that's probably I get that's probably how it works for everybody. You just kind of, opportunities occur, don't they? But it's weird, and I just need to, I don't know. I feel like I need to just get better at seizing them, I guess. And I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. I don't know if I'm looking for like suggestions. Give me an idea. Say something. But I just wanted to do a vlog about it. Sorry, it cut in the middle, but my PC ran out of memory because it turns out I've not been deleting the vlogs that I've been recording. So my hard drive had about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months worth of vlogs that all built up all of a sudden, and it just said, you're out of memory. So mid-sentence, it all went wrong. But yeah, it is, what I'm trying to say is this is exciting times for me at the moment. It's always exciting times, it seems. I want to try and figure out Twitch and I want to find some ways to push that forward in a collabby, fun way. I feel like we're limping along with Pokemon or Football Manager at the moment, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I do not want to sound like I'm begrudging it. We are having a great time. You know, I've really enjoyed it a lot, like all the way through, but a lot at the moment. And like, you know, Legends Arceus was great. We had some funny streams. You know, we've had streams where I've literally just been, someone told me to tidy up my Pokemon, and people just sat and chatted with me while I did that. We joined an Icelandic team in Football Manager. It was a train wreck, really, because we're the second best team that's there, and we can't beat the best team. And you know, it's still fun. But I kind of just feel like I want to do something, and I need to go oomph, but I can't. I don't know. I can't think what I need to do. And you know, with this vlog, I feel like there's stuff I could be doing. I'm trying to look at ideas. I had an idea yesterday that I'm going to see if I can do. It's a bit of a side project, but off the back of this, just to basically, I thought about consolidating a lot of the information that I've rabbited off about, or experiences I've had over this vlog, into something that people could use as a bit of a, if someone asks a question, I can say, well, actually, I've got this information here, but it's not interspersed with me waffling about nonsense. You know, it's just clean. Here is the information you asked for. This is what you need to do. I feel like that would be useful. You know, I said the other week I started writing one of my books again, and I need to get it done. I feel like I keep ebbing and flowing into that. I'm probably not going to touch that for the next month because I'm doing the creative festival thing, but the fact that I'm writing in that is helping me feel more confident about cracking on. And I mean, I chat about writing quite often now, and that feels like my brain's just going. I'm excited about the festival thing. I'm thinking, hopefully, there's other bits there. I've suggested a couple of things that would be nice to do. If they might not. What I've said is there's no pressure for it to be involved in this. But if they're not involved in this, I'll just figure out something else. The idea is still a good idea, a fun idea. It's just I'm trying to get people in that I think will be fun. I want it to be good, you know. And so we'll see what happens. It's an interesting time for me, and it's nice that this is the stuff we can enjoy while there's not a lot of other stressful things going on. And then when the stressful things occur, we can deal with them as they come. But yeah, thank you for indulging me by listening to me waffle on today. I hope you're all well. Let me know how your weeks are going. It's Thursday already, so I mean, I've been a bit mixed up this week because Claire's working late tonight. She's doing some sort of training thing for people in foster caring, and yeah, her timetable's all over the place, which means that mine's all over the place. So yeah, it's a bit of a disruption, but it's all good. We're all right. The kids all seem happy. Everything seems normal, and so far so good. My dog seems well at the moment. Touch wood. She's got. I mentioned before about her lump. It's getting bigger, so it's not a great outlook, but she seems very happy and she's just moving around like normal. And yeah, that's been a bit of a load off our minds. We spoke to the vet and they just said let it play out, so that's positive. Well, it's not positive, but it's not negative, if that makes sense. So yeah, all good. I hope you're well. Let me know your thoughts on what I've said here. I guess my point is I don't feel like an imposter. I feel like I don't know. I was gonna say I feel like a plonker, but that's worse. I feel like someone who needs to just tidy up what they're doing and focus themselves a bit, and it feels like it's sort of happening on its own, and hopefully it continues to. So yeah. Anyway, thoughts. Let me know, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.